Angelina Jolie is making explosive new claims in the latest development in her and ex-husband Brad Pitt's ongoing legal battle over their French vineyard. In court documents filed in Los Angeles on April 4th and obtained by Access Hollywood, the actress and director's lawyers are requesting the release of communications that they claim will prove Pitt wouldn't sell Jolie his share of their Chateau Miraval winery unless she signed what the filing called an onerous and expansive non-disclosure agreement. Per the filing, Jolie's team claims that the NDA is an alleged attempt to silence the mother of six from speaking outside of court about Pitt's alleged abuse during the former couple's marriage. The papers reference the alleged altercation on a 2016 private flight with their children that Jolie says prompted her to file for divorce, claiming, quote, "While Pitt's history of physical abuse of Jolie started well before the family's September 2016 plane trip from France to Los Angeles, this flight marked the first time he turned his physical abuse on the children as well. Jolie then immediately left him." The alleged incident led to an FBI investigation and subsequent report. At the time, Pitt has never been arrested or charged in connection to Jolie's abuse claims, and her lawyers allege in their newest motion that she never sought criminal charges because she, quote, "believed the best course was for Pitt to accept responsibility and help the family recover from the post-traumatic stress he caused." Access Hollywood has reached out to Pitt's attorney for comment. A friend of the actor's familiar with the years-long litigation claimed to Access that Jolie's legal team, quote, "consistently chooses to introduce misleading, inaccurate, and/or irrelevant information as an alleged, quote, distraction." The friend went on to note of the former couple's heated divorce, quote, "There was a lengthy custody trial that involved the entire history of their relationship, and a judge who heard all the evidence still granted him 50-50 custody." An appeals court later ruled to dismiss the judge in that custody case over failing to make mandatory disclosures about his business ties to Pitt's attorneys. The A-listers were declared legally single in 2019, and Pitt first sued Jolie 2 years later, claiming that she was trying to cut him out of the sale of her shares of Chateau Miraval. Pitt's lawyers claimed in a court filing in June 2023 that he and Jolie had a, quote, "mutual and binding commitment to only sell their respective shares of the property with the other party's consent," alleging that Jolie sold hers to a Russian oligarch behind Pitt's back. An attorney for Jolie claimed in the April 4th motion that Pitt, quote, "refused to go through with his purchase of her shares when she objected to his NDA." By refusing to buy her interest but then suing her, Mr. Pitt put directly at issue why that NDA was so important to him and what he hoped it would bury, his abuse of Ms. Jolie and their family. After 8 months of delays, this motion asks the court to force Mr. Pitt to finally produce that evidence, the papers claim. The Oscar winners purchased the winery in 2008 and married there 6 years later. A source close to the matter tells Access that Jolie is, quote, "incredibly sad over the ongoing court drama and feels that Pitt's lawsuit is, quote, forcing her to defend herself," further claiming Angelina's lawyers have emails, photos, and testimony that was presented under seal in the custody case that would help her in this matter, but she doesn't want to use these here either. However, if these dates go to trial, she will be forced to use that evidence in the trial, whether she wants to or not.